Angel of Alchemy here, and today we are going to be taking a look at a new binder that took me quite a few days to put together. This is what I'm calling my archetypal binder. So the reason I made it was because first off, I really like a few archetypes. Sometimes I have cards for them that I used to play in my deck and they're nostalgic, or sometimes it's just like, even if they're cards I would never put in my deck, I like their artwork or I like their theming, something about the archetype I enjoy. That was one of my main reasons for creating this. However, another big reason is because we have recently seen quite a few new players at our locals, either returning players or people who are just starting the game, and they're on a bit of a budget. So I put together some archetypes in here, some of which that I enjoy, just want to collect, some of which I would like to trade off or possibly even sell, and this is to help them build some of those budget fun or budget casual, budget rogue, whatever decks. Some of these are actually still good today, so I took about 3 days of going through our bulk to put this together, and I'm still not even done going through everything. So some of these archetypes aren't complete, some of them are just bits and pieces. Of course there's going to be commons and such in here, but I just thought I'd show it off for fun. So really quickly, we have our little Sind Calamity Dark Magician girl over here. I know I'm supposed to take this filament stuff off, but I decided not to because I don't want her getting ruined. So first off, we have MeoLammerz, of course. They are one of my favorite decks. This is probably, I think, the third deck I ever made. And we have, I know I have Ultra Queen Tiramisus, and I don't know where they went. So I'm on the look for those, but I got some of the brand new Hollow Fresh Sistart. I got an ultimate rare MeoLammerz pudding cess. Behind it is a common. We'll keep that a secret between ourselves though. Then we have the brand new reprinted ultra pudding cess as well. I'll take out a few of these ones so you can see some of how the new rarities look if you haven't already checked them out. So let's line this up. They are beautiful. I actually prefer my old ultra rare to these ones. I don't know, I just don't like the lightened border around them. I like the darker border, the darker orange border. But these Fresh Sistarts are beautiful. I kind of wish the background wasn't as washed out as it is. You can tell that in the common you can see the flowers and the windows just a little bit better than you can on the super, but it's still absolutely beautiful. And then scoot the binder over a little. We have the rest of some of the MeoLammerz stuff that I found. I have common MeoLammerz Chateau and common Ticket, of course, because they were in those rarities for such a long time. I have my Chevalier, which I haven't played since like 2017, but I remember really liking this card. I think its artwork is super cute. And then we have our little Cat Waffle, we have our Marmalade, Butler Rusk, Bapple, and just all the little traps and everything. I also put in Guardian Eidos in here because if you've seen some of my other MeoLammerz builds, I did used to play Guardian Eidos along with Pankratops in one format. It was pretty good and it worked really well for me, but sadly I have removed her from the deck. Next up we have Speedroids. So I really love Speedroids. Honestly, you guys have probably heard me talk about it way too much if you watched some of my other videos, but something I like about the Speedroid archetype is just how different everything looks in it. It's all based around game pieces too, so it's just incredible. Like what is, like, I didn't know for the longest time what Speedroid Menko is. I didn't know that it was supposed to be a playing card. I think that's what it is, but like when I heard that, I looked at it in the border of it and I was like, oh, I can totally see that. We also added in Hop Ear Squadron and Red Hair Hasty Horse because those are some common staples that you see in some Speedroid decks today. We have our Terror Top, Red Eye Dice, Tectomberg, Marble Machine, Din Din, you know, all the good ones. We have some Hagodas and Puzzle, and then of course we have one Win the Wind Chandler. I need to actually add this one into my current build of Speedroids because if you guys saw in my outdated decks, I didn't have any Win the Wind Chandler in there. I found this one, so I'm going to try to add that into the deck. I also have our Lightning Dragon Ruler of Drafts and Dragon Ruler of Storms in here because once again they were staples for a while. We did play Blizzard at one point and it worked pretty good then. I'm not sure how well it would do now, but I liked it. And then of course we have Return of the Dragon Lord, Speed Lift, and just all the little extra staples like Scrap Iron Signal used to be played as well. And then we have our Melfies. So Finny's a little washed out. Let's see if I can... Okay, it doesn't look like you'll be able to see Finny very well, but this is Finny, this is Rabby, Pony, and then of course, you know, we have our extra cards as well. And then we have our back row, Tag, Hide and Seek, Playhouse, and then we have some Witchcrafters over here. I have a full Witchcrafter deck already, so, and honestly, it's such a beautiful archetype. I love the artwork and all of them. They're so cute, so pretty, so colorful, and I know that not a lot of people play this deck, and I certainly don't play it often enough, but I figured I'd put it in here just in case anyone else was interested in them. I don't care if they get traded or not because I just love the way they look. I like being able to see them together, and these were some of the extras that I had of the deck, and here's their back row as well, along with some extra cards that were put in the same sets as them for support, but didn't necessarily play them. And then we have our generators over here. I love generators. I just wish that they were a little faster, and honestly, if they get a new card ever, I really hope it's something that can help recycle stuff in the graveyard, because they have a really bad habit of decking themselves out and they can't recycle anything from the graveyard, and it's just kind of difficult because they do get very slow. I know Invoke Generator is actually a little bit better than just Pure Generator, and I do enjoy playing that as well, but it's such a good archetype, and I hope they get a little bit more support so they can get that little bit of a boost. It also is really pretty and really cool. And then, you know, of course, back row for generators as well. I actually don't think I've ever seen anyone play Generator Boss Fight before. It is a creepy looking card, to be honest. Like, I'll show it a little. Let's see. It has like this shark with very pointy teeth. I don't know if it's a shark or a dragon. It's kind of creepy looking, but it's kind of cool at the same time. And then over here we have Wind Witches. I don't think I found all of the Wind Witches yet, but here are some of the Wind Witches I was able to find. We have our original 3, Ice Bell, Glass Bell, and Snow Bell, of course, and then we have Freeze Bell and Blizzard Bell with Wind Witch Chimes, Winter Bell, and Diamond Bell. And then we have, look, I love the rescue. I almost called them rescue pets, but I like the rescue animals so much. I think they're so cute, but I don't really play them. I do have kitties in one of my deck, but I like the ferret and hamster and rabbit, and I got their little emergency rescue as well. And since we have some extra space on this page, I used it to add the Leerless cards that I was able to find in our bulk. And then off to the side we have our symphonic warrior monsters and back row, and of course and the band played on. And then we have Evil Twins. I don't have a whole bunch of extra Evil Live Twins stuff that I found so far, but it also is such a pretty archetype, and it's really fun too. There's somebody at our locals that plays it every single time, and it just amazes me like what he can do with decks that I don't think are fast enough. He can somehow take them and do super well with them. He did the same thing with Witchcrafters. He's doing it now with Evil Twins, and it amazes me every time to watch him play. And then we have our Predaplant engine and support and cards and archetype as well. We have our Lone Fire Blossoms. I discovered recently I have way too many of these. We have Orpha Scorpio and Cobra, and then we have some others that I thought were really cool as well. And I think this is a front and back. Yeah, so we have our Spider Orchid and some back row as well as two of our fusion monsters. And then we have Dark Lords. I really like Dark Lords. I enjoy them a lot. I think I've only played them a handful of times though, but it's one of those decks that I highly recommend for if you're just wanting a fun little casual game. It was really fun to play this against Gravekeepers. So honestly, if you're just looking to sit down with somebody and just have a few laughs and enjoy an archetype that, you know, I don't know, it's unique. Something about it makes it feel super unique, which keeps it super interesting. So I highly recommend picking up a Dark Lord deck. I don't remember it being too pricey. I think, if I remember, one of the cards was a little pricey, but it wasn't like extremely pricey or anything. It was just a little like, whoa, that card actually costs a few dollars. But I recommend picking it up if you enjoyed something that's just fun to play every once in a while. And then I have some extra Dragon Maid stuff over here, along with some extra Shaddolls that I was able to find. We already have like a full Shaddol deck, and then I think we have an Invoke Shaddol deck as well. I don't know if those are two separate decks or if he took something from our pure Shaddolls to put it in Invoke Shaddol, but these are extras that I found for anyone looking to pick them up. And then we have some for hire stuff as well. And we also have Sky Strikers. So I actually, when I brought this binder there, one of our newer players picked up a few Sky Striker cards off me. It made me feel really good because it's been a very long time since I've traded or sold anything. So it made me feel really happy to be able to help him complete his Sky Striker deck. And then we have Shiranui cards. I have way too much of this. I don't know if you can tell a little bit, like some of them are just bulging out of the slots. Way too much Shiranui stuff. I think I picked it up a lot really easily when I was playing Vendreads, because we did have a few Shiranui cards that we put in Vendreads. So maybe I'll build a Shiranui deck. I'm not really sure, but if anyone was interested, I had them in here just in case. And then of course we have our extra incantation stuff as well. Way too much incantation stuff. I was really happy with how easy it was to pull, but I don't have too many ritual decks. I think I've only have like 2, maybe 3, so way too much of this, but ritual decks have become a lot easier to play with the incantation support, and I know that there are a lot of people that enjoy ritual decks. Then we have some extra Cyber Dragon stuff on both sides. We have a whole lot of Cyber Dragon structure decks, and I didn't realize that until I was going through our bulk, and I have no idea how we have so much of it. That was probably back from his high school days, to be honest. And then we have some extra Fluffle and Frifer stuff. I know we have a lot more. I know that we could essentially build another deck out of the amount of Fluffle and Frifer stuff that we have, but these are the stuff that I was able to find. I'm kind of happy I didn't find all of it because I don't think I have room in this binder anymore for it all, but at the same time it'd be really cool to put one together and just sell it off as a whole deck. And then we have some of our extra Drytron stuff. Once again, way too much extra Drytron stuff. I swear I could build like 8 different Drytron decks with how much we have. And then here's something that kind of bothers me, but I had to do it. I didn't have enough room, so I put some of the trap cards behind our Vanity's Ruler. So I could just have one page of Drytrons instead of one page of Drytrons and then one spot in the back. And then I have some of our extra Subterror stuff over here. They're also very, very pretty and unique looking. I think they're very beautiful. I know that a lot of people don't really like the Behemoth Subterror monsters. A lot of them aren't that great, but the turtle looking one, I love that card so much. I think it's so cool. It has like, if I remember correctly, it was like a volcano and it had like lava splurting out of it. I really liked that card a lot, so for the longest time he kept it in his deck just because I enjoyed it, and a few times he won a few games just because he had it in his deck. It made me feel really special. And then of course we have our extra Subterror back row stuff over here, as well as Hidden Cities. We also have a little bit of spellbooks. I know that he has a spellbook deck. I'm not sure if it's complete anymore, but these are some of the extra spellbook stuff I was able to find. And then we have a little bit, not too much, a little bit of extra Eldritch stuff as well, but just the back row. We don't have extra Golden Lords because, oh boy, were those expensive. And then we have one of my favorite pages. We have our extra Cosmos stuff. I love Cosmos. Like, I don't even know if I can put into words how much I love Cosmos. They're probably the only deck that I think looks really, really pretty in this gold rare, gold secret rarity. I don't know, just something about it makes it look super nostalgic and beautiful. And I am a huge sucker for Star Wars, so I love this deck. It does combine Wizard of Oz. I'm not a huge fan of Wizard of Oz, but the way that they combined Wizard of Oz with Star Wars is just... I'm speechless. I'm lost for words. I don't know. I really like this deck a whole lot. I have played it quite a bit, but not too often. It is one of those decks that sadly is a little bit slower, and sadly that's what keeps it out of the rogue meta. But it's super fun to play, and I definitely suggest picking it up if you like Star Wars or like Wizard of Oz and just happen to want to play a casual little fun deck. It is, like I said, slower, so. And then we have our white bakings, white mares, and just little extra bits of Skull Servant support over here. And I think this is actually one of our last pages. I wanted to put this in here because, as you can see, so nobody plays Spirit Color, but it's such a cool looking card. And it's all beat up and damaged. Let me see if I can get this in frame. It's all beat up and edge wear and damaged, and it doesn't have any creases in it, but it's definitely very fuzzy on the sides, if you can tell. And so I wanted to give his extra Skull Servants a little home, just to keep them safe for him so that they didn't all get damaged. In the back we have a few field centers over here, as well as some of, oh boy, do you guys recognize these at all? We have some Yu-Gi-Oh themed field centers in the back, just keeping them safe for now. I don't think I've ever actually used any of them, but I just wanted to keep them, and we did end up getting rid of quite of our extras just because, you know, we had this page. We do have an extra altar art of Ghost Ogre, so yeah, that's my little binder. It's not complete yet. It's definitely missing a whole bunch of archetypes. I went through and I found way too much for Ancient Gear support. I found way too much for Destiny Heroes and Elemental Heroes, just a whole bunch of extra cards for those. Of course, I do not have them in here because there is just so much in there. They would probably take up 4 to 5 pages each. But this was just a little binder for either nostalgia purposes, just to keep cards and archetypes safe, or to possibly trade them off as little budget archetype cores for people that were interested in playing some unique decks. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, this little walkthrough of some archetypes that I think are pretty neat, and I don't know, I just really wanted to show off the hard work that I did in the past few days. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!